Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some RTA for you guys. So jumping into this here, let's go ahead and ban the Setsuka and the Freerun. Don't want to deal with that. Witch of the Mirror Tenebria, thank goodness she's not here. Same with Ahmed. Oh boy, oh boy, what a breath of fresh air. Let's go ahead and pick up the Bossa Ruka. So yeah, these pre-bans are really nice for me because I don't use Ahmed myself. I'm not a very aggressive player, and Witch of the Mirror Tenebria being gone is just amazing. I don't have to worry about a late control pick here in the 4th and 5th pick slot. But my opponent opens up with a Lady of the Scales, which is kind of expected, honestly. But with Lady of the Scales, we do... Ooh, nice. He is also going to go for a Spirit Eye Celine. So Rinok is an easy pick into Spirit Eye Celine. And I'm also going to pick up a Bystander Hua Young. You guys know how it is. Double light units on the other side. Hua Young is so free. I know. Into a Spirit Eye Celine, probably not the best thing ever, right? Oh, but a triple light pick? God, guys. Bystander Hua Young, I'm telling you, is the way to go. But what we're going to do here is... we can easily go for an immunity buffer for this Genesis Roz. We can also go for maybe DN. Put up the anti-crit stuff for the team. That could be kind of good, actually, now that I think about it. DN could be nice. Genesis Roz. Immunity is good. Defense Pen. Resistance is also good. We'll see what my opponent decides to go for here, and then it'll dictate what we respond with. But Bystander Hua is so free right now. BBK is a little bit annoying, however, with a DN, I think we'll be very much okay. Who's the last pick I want to bring here? He can't stop fixed damage right now, so that is huge. Lady of the Scales can push, which is a little bit annoying. But if Lady of the Scales pushes... I just need one other really fast unit. Let's go for the DN pick. And... I think we can get away with either... I kind of want to go New Moon Luna, honestly, looking at this team. A part of me wants to go New Moon Luna because she can really easily deal with the Spirit Eye Celine. I can always get rid of the Lady of the Scales if I deem my opponent's last pick to be slightly weaker, right? I think this is a pretty solid team to counter everything. DN's anti-crit is going to ruin like all three of their DPS picks. Mediator Calric is perfectly fine. We're just going to ban Lady of the Scales, and he's going to ban the DN. That is a-okay. So... the reason why this is fine is because Rinok gets a free pick onto the Spirit Eye Celine, and he has no way of mitigating the damage that we have. He doesn't even have a Made Chloe or anything of that sort, right? So we're going to go ahead and steal the stats from the... Ooh, who do I want to steal stats from? This is already going to kill Spirit Eye Celine. I'm just going to steal stats from the BBK. Genesis Roz is really far back, but I'm pretty sure my Bystander Hua Young can deal with him there. So we're going to go for a hit here. So down goes my opponent's Spirit Eye Celine. Right, pop, very good. The New Moon Luna comes in, and I could strip the BBK, but then Calric's gonna cleanse that. I think what I'll do is I'll just go for an S2 here. Not gonna hit the Roz. I don't know if it's a counter Roz. He's base speed, right? So I'm just gonna go for that. Bystander Hua Young should be able to go and just nuke this Roz. He is gonna go for an S2. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Please, go into the Roz. Just easy peasy. Just finish him. Oh, he goes into the BBK. That's like the worst pick to go for. I could actually Soul Burn this. Actually, I don't need to Soul Burn it, do I? Yeah, you know what, let's Soul Burn it. It's okay. Let's just Soul Burn this and see what happens. Because he is going to rip the S3. I don't know if he can kill here. Ooh, only 5,000 HP. And remember, we got Pilfer on him, so we took 20% of his stats. Yeah, he's not going to be able to kill. So we can S3 here into the Mediator Calric. Or maybe I should have done it into the BBK, but she's so far back, I'm not too worried about her. Yeah, there you go, guys. Because what's going to happen is Hua Young's going to come in, she has 10 souls, soul burn into the Ra's, easy kill, extinction there, he can't revive. It's pretty much over. So he only had one fast unit, and that was Lady of the Scales, but because we had Rinok and we followed up with a New Moon Luna, that was a little bit too much for them in that situation, right? So that's kind of a situation where you're kind of winning in draft. And drafting, that's why I show drafts in all of my videos. I don't like to just cut straight to the action because it's a really good idea to learn how to counterpick your opponent, but also set yourself up in a way that you minimize the potential weaknesses that your team has. And I understand that, you know, some of these drafts are very unit dependent. For example, I was struggling a lot with these against my opponents in general without bystander Hua Young. But now that I have her, it covered one of my main weaknesses, which is fighting a lot of revivers, fighting a lot of light units, fighting a lot of tanky units, right? And so that kind of opens me up to, you know, not having to pre-ban things like Lady of the Scales, like Bossarunka, and all that stuff. What we're gonna do, since they took our Bossarunka, unfortunately, she's kind of the key to success, by the way. We are going to go for Lady of the Scales, because we also want my opponent to have something to ban. So we're going to pick this. They banned Rinok. That's good. And they banned Witch of the Mirror Tenebria, which is also really good. Warfare rules with defense, so penetration resistance increases. We can technically go for more defense penetration resistance in the form of, like, Empyrean Ilanov. But I'm thinking, what's a better knight here? I think Fallen Cecilia is probably the way to go. Alright, either that or Yolha. I'm gonna go for a Yolha pick here. My Yolha's pretty well geared. Let's go for something like this. And what this does is essentially prevents my opponents, or at least discourages my opponents from going a lot of AoE units. Ooh, they're gonna go New Moon Luna. They want to seal my Yolha. That is perfectly fine. Double light units on my opponent's side here. You know, oh, triple light units. You guys know what this means. But that New Moon Luna pick is really good. It renders Yolha... Oh, you're absolutely disgusting. Okay. Yeah, this renders my Yolha almost useless. Now, what we're gonna do, because there's a bystander Hua Young, and that is a very, very dangerous pick for my opponent to have right now, we gotta burst this thing down as soon as possible. The issue is, Bossarunka's in the way, and you don't really want to hit everyone with AoEs, especially with bystander Hua Young there. She can potentially counter. If you damage one unit too far, she's gonna proc her passive. So we need a way to chip her down. And by chip her down, I mean just go all in and just burst her down, because I don't think I can survive very long against her. In this situation, I don't know what I'm gonna do, actually. This is very difficult. I think I could go for like a Tori pick here. Yeah, a Tori pick's not terrible. We can go Adventurer Raz as well, why not? Adventurer Raz can help the Tori in the backline. He doesn't have a passive to get sealed either. I'm gonna go for this. DJB is a must ban here, because he's gonna try to barrier invert my Tori and then finish her off that way. So he clearly knows what he's doing. This guy's drafting very, very smart, right? His picks are all very intentional. Bellion is okay. We can go for something like a Maid Chloe as well. The issue is the bystander Hua Young, guys. DJB is going to push everybody up, so I'm going to ban the DJB. I could go for bystander Hua Young, or sorry, I could go for Maid Chloe, but I think Fallen Cecilia might be even better. Because at least we're protected. You know what? Nah, let's just screw it. Let's just do it. Let's go for it. Let's just go for the Maid Chloe. We stop the splash damage from the New Moon Luna and everybody else, right? We get to heal. We're going to ban this. It's going to ban the Maid Chloe anyway. It's all fine. Go for this. Go for that. We have Lady of the Scales with Yolha. That's actually really good for me, because if this New Moon Luna goes first, and she debuffs us, we can cleanse it. Right? This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, because we have Yolha here, it's all good. Okay. Okay, he's gonna go for that. We could go for an S3 to push up. The only downside to this is that Yoha doesn't get to really do anything because she's gonna get sealed later. We're just gonna push everybody up. Unfortunately, Boss Arunka is there, so we have to like kind of finish off the Boss Arunka first before getting to the Bystander Hwayoung. Unfortunately, I couldn't ban the Bystander, I couldn't ban the Boss Arunka here, but we just have to try. We just have to go for this. It's unfortunate. It's just what it is. So that's a lot of damage. Let's see what happens. Ooh, good. Yes, hitting Tori is like the best option there. I can now finish off this Boss Arunka. There you go. Beautiful stuff. And I could provoke. I'm gonna provoke here, actually. There you go. Got some effectiveness on me. And I'm gonna go for an S1 here as well. Nope. Okay. All good. He can now S3. It's fine. Tori can't get her buff stripped. So we're looking to be pretty safe. And if this Bystander Hwayoung wants to come into us, she can. It's just that Lady of the Scales is the only one he can really just one-shot. I think everybody else is kind of safe. I guess he can go for Yoha too if he really wants to. Let's see who he decides to go for. Going to the Yoha? Nope, goes for Lady of the Scales. That is fine. We have another Soulburn here. Definitely gonna go for the Bystander Hwayoung, the biggest threat to my entire team right now, right? Gonna go ahead and do that. Easy peasy. So what happens when you use my Bystander Hwayoung against me? He's gonna go for Tori, right? Yeah, then definitely go for Tori. No more damage share, so it's a lot of damage coming out. I will go for an S3 here. Give Tori that extra defense buff. And Yoha actually has a S3 ready. So, we're gonna go ahead and finish off this Numa Luna. I'm pretty sure we can solo a Bellion with Tori. 3v1, right? There we go. Ooh, that was not a... I forgot. Defense resistance. Defense penetration resistance. You can try to finish off the Yoha, that's perfectly fine. He can Soulburn this. It's a little dangerous. Nope, she's gonna just S3. Tori is fine though, again. Tori is okay. We have that immunity, we're good. Nice provoke. It's a redirect provoke, so it's not like he can do anything to stop it. So there we go. Finish off the Numa Luna. We're in Wind Rider. That is huge. The Wind Rider here is amazing for us. We are gonna eat some damage. That's fine. But because we have Wind Rider, this next attack is gonna be absolutely insane. Don't you dare quit. You took my Bystander Hwayoung, you coward! So there you go, guys. It's showtime. Tori showing us how things are done, right? This is how you punish your opponent for taking your picks. You gotta know the weaknesses of your own draft, too. So Bystander Hwayoung, super weak to high damage units that are resistant to damage themselves. Units like Tori with damage mitigation on your team become really difficult to kill, and I know A-Rod's Tori is a meta combo from maybe a season and a half ago, and they were really good, but they kind of fell off. You saw them a lot in the Epic 7 World Championships when people were picking a lot of you know, prior meta picks that were older, right, from previous metas, is what I want to say. Wow, it's hard to get those words out of my mouth. But because my opponents were kind of overlooking that, and they're focusing on, you know, banning some of the more meta things, picking some of the more meta things, you can usually find holes in their drafts to kind of bring in things that are, you know, not as relevant as they once were, but still definitely just as effective. Again, like Tori and A-Roz didn't get any weaker, it's just that people found better things to pick. But that doesn't mean that Tori can't one-shot stuff, and it doesn't mean that A-Roz can't mitigate a ton of damage for free. So here we go. We're gonna pick Boss Arunka. They banned Lady of the Scales. I'm fine if they take Rinok and Maid. This guy's an Emperor, though, so we don't know. Maybe they're gonna draft differently. Maybe they're gonna draft like everybody else does. The one thing I like about fighting higher ranking players than me is that they're typically very predictable, as you can see here. People tend to just fall in line and just pick whatever's meta, and I'm fine with that. How I like to play, personally, is a bit more off meta. I don't I will pick meta picks, obviously. I'm picking Bossaruka, Rinok, Lady of the Scales, and all that stuff. But how I follow up that draft tends to be a little bit different than what most people do. So A, it catches people off guard. But 2, it's also just a really good way for us to kind of not get our pick stolen, right? Bystander Huayan, the ban protection slot. No one's really contesting that. Alright, we got, what do we do into a Rinok, though? I kind of want to mitigate some damage. I kind of want to go Fallen Cecilia. At the same time, I want to go a Soul Weaver as well. Let's go Ruel here. Why not? Let's go Ruel, and then let's go Bystander Huayan. This might be a little too slow. I might regret doing this, because my team is really, really slow, and my opponent has a Rinok. I either need to contest with 2 speed picks here. Yeah, see, this is the issue. Or we double down on Bulk. Straze gonna get picked up. That is perfectly fine. I think we'll go for a... I think we can probably go for Ilanov and Wukong here, maybe? Can we go Ilanov and Wukong? Empyrean Ilanov. If I go Wukong... No, I can go... Ooh, no. He took Harsetti. I can't do Harsetti. I could do... No, Zio's not a good pick. If you go for Amiki... I could do Amiki BBK. Can't really stop an Amiki BBK here. Yeah? Let's go for that. We got Amiki, we got BBK. We have a revive in the form of Ruel. Bossarunka's there tanking everything if it's a single target damage dealer like Rinok. And we have Bystander Huayan if he decides to deal too much damage to us. That might be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. If he goes Numa Luna... I think Bystander Huayan wins this, right? We just ban Straze. He bans Amiki. He's gonna seal the BBK. That's fine, because look, we can always revive BBK. and because he seals her, her passive never goes off, so when we revive her, she'll still have an immortality afterwards. So I think this is okay. Because what's he gonna do, right? Is he gonna come in and cleave with a Rinok? And like, Rinok's already going. He's gonna push up what? Yumu Luna? Nope, gonna push up Rinok. Rare attack buff Rinok. This will be a lot of damage here. She's not even gonna S2, she's just gonna S3. Okay. Alright, it's a lot of damage onto everybody. Is he going to seal us? Make Chloe... Nope, he's just gonna S2. He's just gonna loop around. Okay. And Maid can S3, she can cleanse here. That's a pretty nice thing to do for the Rinok right now. But Rinok's pretty far back, we're okay. Ruel won't go down. He does have a way to do anything here against the... Yeah, he only has an S1 or an S3 he can throw out, so we're gonna do this. He can S3 if he wants to, it's perfectly fine. Let's see what he decides to do. This is gonna be a close one. Counter? Nice, beautiful. I know there's the, I know he's resisting, because the effect res increased by 100%, but... Rinok has an S2 into an S3. Okay, we can go for... Honestly, I'm gonna go for an S2 here. I think this is disgusting that you can do this. Defense buff on everybody. Is it worth going for a BBK S3? I think so. Why not? Just throw out the BBK damage here. We got a Rinok without skill null. We got a Numa Luna without skill null, right? Just deal some damage right there. He is going to strip. Ooh, that's why he saved. Okay, that's why he saved his souls. That's okay. Getting rid of his souls is nice. Bystander Huayan gets to go, and honestly, we'll just get rid of the Numa Luna. I think we're fine. Maid Chloe's not really going to do all that much. Alright, and then we just have to deal with the Rinnock afterwards. So get rid of that, so we can stop, like, threatening my BBK. Because we still have an immortality with this BBK. So we're good. The only way you can proc the immortality is if Rinnock S3s into us as well. So if Rinnock isn't able to S3, I think we're good. Even if she is able to, the splash damage won't kill us anymore. Everyone's in a pretty healthy range right now. Yeah, everyone's in a pretty healthy range right now. Boss Arunka gets to go. Do I want to soul burn this? Yeah, why not? Let's soul burn this. Into this. Look at that, BBK taking the turn. Beautiful, we can heal up once again. Easy. Good damage. And Rinnock can S1. Okay. Do I want to S3? I could. I can easily S3 here. But I don't need to. So I won't. I'm just going to go ahead and hit the Rinnock again. Just going to go for that. He can S2, S3 once again, so he gets a skill null for the team. Yeah, I think he's on the back end here, because even if Mate tries to revive, we already extincted the New Moon Luna. Without the New Moon Luna, I don't think he's able to really do this. I don't know, actually. Look at that. He's really healthy again. Half his health is back. Skill null. Swift attack buff. This Rinnock's going to be turn cycling like crazy. He's going to turn cycle there, get some extra HP. Pop the S3, get the revive buff just in case. Alright, let's see you do it. Everyone has a skill null, so Bystander Hua-Young, even with her passive available here, is not really going to be able to do anything. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Nope, no kill. Counter attack, very nice. So, ooh, unfortunately, she does, she loses all her buffs. But the unfortunate thing with the Rinnock here is she's stealth, right? Okay, Bystander Hua-Young though, let's go ahead and get rid of this Ahmed. She is really annoying with turn cycling. Let's go ahead and just finish her off. She is going to revive, but it's fine. Ruel still has a revive of our own. Rinnock finally cleansed. Yeah, we should be able to finish off the Ahmed here. No worries. Do I even need to pop an S3? Yeah, let's pop the S3, why not? Pop the S3 here, make it super hard for him to just even try to kill us. All of his units are single target damage dealers, right? Again, BBK, Immortality, hasn't been procced. Bystander Hua-Young, kind of self-sufficient, self-healing. I did that because I have an S2 ready, and I can just use this on Bystander Hua-Young if I need to. But let's go for this. Just gonna soul burn this to dual attack. Beautiful. And if we go for the break on the skill null here, he has no way to defend himself from Bystander Hua-Young's S3 on the next turn. Yeah, and then he can always keep pilfering. It's not gonna matter, because it's not like she can take this these stats again over and over and over. You can only get one stack of pilfer. This is kind of a disgusting team, I'll be honest. So Ruel and Ruel and Boss Arunka, yeah, not very fun to fight against. But then again, with an Ahmed player on the other side, no sympathy. He just ended up picking a really poor choice at the end. The New Moon Luna was in response to BBK Amiki, but again, this goes to show you how, even against this guy who's an Emperor player, that's a really cool frame. I don't know if that's just an Emperor player. It's sometimes you're able to outdraft players on occasion, right? Not saying that I'm the best drafter in the world. You've clearly seen me make mistakes very frequently, but hopefully this video has been educational, right? Helpful to you guys. And if it has been, do consider leaving a like while we wait for this guy to... I think he's maybe a little upset and he's kind of walked away from his computer and just letting things time out. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to try to do my best to finish off this Rinnock here. I'm not going to give the free win to my opponent. So let's do a little tap here onto the Rinnock. Boom. There you go. And May Chloe is not going to do anything. We got all of our stats back, by the way. Pilfer is gone from our Boss Arunka, so we're nice and healthy. And yeah, this guy's running down the clock. So sometimes people do get a little bit salty here, and they end up walking away from the PC. They just or they're just sitting there and they're just letting everything time down, time out, to kind of waste your time. But you know what? We're gonna end things off. Bystander Hua-Young respects your time, and if you like Bystander Hua-Young respecting your time, do consider subscribing to the channel for some more RTA content just like this. Hopefully without the the little, you know, unsportsmanlike BM there at the end where they're kind of timing us out. But look at that, guys. 2,700 points. We are climbing the ladder in RTA, ranked 2,300, slowly but surely inching our way toward Emperor. Anyway, with that being said though, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.